Okay, so I know I just put up the video on 111 and TvT, and then there's some discussion on 111 versus 2 fact, and so this game just happened, so I figured I would just kind of show, you know, what I do if it is 2 fact. Um, and this game's a little weird. Like, I kind of don't hit my build very well. If you want to know what the build order is, then go watch the previous video. But everything's just kind of late because I'm kind of talking in Discord and stuff. So the opening's not super crisp, but it's okay. Like, it doesn't make too big of an impact. Anyways, I'm the blue Terran for those who don't know. Yeah, and I just forget to make my starport on time here. So I'll go back. I'm going a little fast. I'm just kind of skipping the intro because, like I said, I already made a build order video on this. So let me just go back. So basically, guys, like, there's a lot of talk about exact timings and all this stuff in the game, like with like turrets and stuff in TvZ, for example. But for me, a lot of my decision making behind timing is like kind of based on where I'm at in the game, not necessarily the clock, right? I'm not like, oh, there should be a command center by 3:30. If it's not there, it's, there's a problem. And it's like, yeah, but the guy could be late, like his SCV he put his depot here, he set it to make the CC, it got trapped here for 10 seconds before he realized, because SCVs are retarded, and his CC is late, so it doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? So I'm more going off of thinking this guy is staying on one base because I have a starport building and there's no CC, right? So I don't see any other indication that this guy's 2-facting. When I went in his base, he'd pulled off gas, which I told you guys, I don't recommend pulling off gas in this matchup to, like, quote-unquote hide your build. I don't think it hides anything. It just delays what you're doing, and the other player, if they see that you have 3 on gas, they still don't know what you're doing, right? They don't know if you're 2-facting with machine shops. They don't know if you're going to go armory and build Goliath. They don't know if you're going to go starport. They don't know if you're going to go 2-port wraith. All you're doing by pulling them off is delaying the thing that you're doing. So I would just keep them on. If I were you, if you're gonna do something like this, then you want this stuff to happen quickly. So anyways, my first indication is that I know that if I have a starport building and there's no CC, this dude's either got a CC building in here, which is extremely rare, or he's going one base. So the next thing I've got going in my head is it 2-port wraith? Is it 2-fact? Is it 111? What variation of 2-fact? Is he going to go siege? Is he going to go mine? So that's kind of what I'm thinking in the game. So my first reaction is to not lift my barracks off right away and to just make a 5th Marine, because this guy is one basing, right? So, and I'm not saying that like some high-level Terran told me to do this. It's just kind of my instinct in the game is I'm going to make a 5th Marine because I know the guy's one basing, right? So I still execute the build how I normally would. Tank, wraith, and I don't know exactly what this guy's doing, and because it might be 111, I know I have the Marines, I do decide to go second wraith before a control tower. I don't know if that's better or not. It's hard for me to give you an answer, but for sure, if the person that I'm playing took a regular CC timing, I definitely keep making wraiths and don't bother getting cloak. So this game I make the second wraith and then decide to get cloak right after that. It doesn't come into play this game. But so, like I said in my how-to video, so I kind of stop here. I see he's coming out. He's coming. Right. I know he's one base because he's got siege. He's got this stuff. So I figure at this point it's a 2-fact, right? So I'm just waiting. I cancel siege and opt to take my command center because my thought process is this guy's staying defensive. He's not coming out. I know he's not going armory because he's making tanks. He's got siege. I fly in here as my wraith to confirm, and I don't need siege. I'm not worried about this. If he tries to come and fight me, I'm just gonna fight him. I mean, once these 3 Marines die, I've got the wraiths. They don't do a lot of damage, but I mean, he can't just sit there and fight me, right? If I repair and everything. So I cancel siege. I go for the command center, and then I just keep making tanks, and I go for cloak right away. So, and then keep up the tank production. So there's a battle here. I just target the Marines first, and then now I'm targeting tanks, And right here, it's just micro. Like, he can't siege. He'll just lose. So I'm just kind of moving the tank away that's being targeted. And, I mean, that's the game right there, right? Like, he tries to come out. He's like, this is what I was trying to tell people in the CPL Discord, is if you are going 1-1-1, they're two-facting. They're going to have to go armory off one base. It's not like they can just take their CC for free if they open this way. Like, if they're going mines and speed and all that stuff, it's a lot they have to do, and they got to get Academy or eBay, right? Because I'm going cloak, so it's not easy for them to take their command center. So I feel like this is a good way to play it. Just, you don't need siege, like I keep reiterating. That's the biggest thing. Just don't even bother getting it. Like I said, the guy has like a few tanks, and then when he like does decide to engage, I mean, like, oh, he has siege. It's like, what is he gonna do here? Like, if he sieges here, he just auto loses, you know. So, because I'll just run up on everything, and he's got mines, but like the mines didn't do anything. The vultures melted to all the DPS, and as you can see, I'm fighting here, and I'm just kind of keeping the tanks back. I want to keep the tanks alive and kill the Marines, and so my tanks aren't getting shot at or anything. There's nothing this guy can do. It's not like he hard countered me. If he opened two-fact armory with like no machine shop, you know, I could be in a lot of trouble. Goliaths are super strong at the beginning of the game, and then the race mean nothing. So, you know, he tries to, what does this guy get? He can't do anything. Like, I don't even lose a tank. These are the first two tanks I made. Like, he doesn't even get this one. Like, it's that simple. So if someone is one basing, if you're like one of the players that we're saying you're at the lower level, and most people are two facting you, I think 1-1-1 is like completely viable. Go cloak, don't get siege, and you know, control your units. That's easier said than done, I know, but try to keep your tanks alive. Target down the Marines. If they have speed vultures, you know, this guy is not necessarily a good player. I don't know why he went siege and mines. You know, that's an odd combination. If he had speed vultures and he like ran around the map and came into my base, you know, that could be a real problem this game, because he could just siege and take his command center or something and be annoying with that. Or he wouldn't have siege at that point, I guess. But anyways, this is kind of a ramble rant, but I just wanted to kind of put a quick one out there about, because people were kind of discussing it, like, oh, is 1-1-1 good against two-fact? It's like, yeah, it's good against pretty much everything unless they hard counter you with two-fact, no machine shops, armory. It's totally fine. Just like I said, don't get siege and get cloak, and you'll crush them later.